Macromedia Dreamweaver was the software we created both our preliminary websites and our main websites on. I found Dreamweaver extremely difficult to use at first and was slightly worried about how overcomplicated it seemed when I first tried using the software. I didn't make much progress within the first few lessons, but I was extremely proud once I had learnt how to create my first menu bar. I learnt new skills throughout my preliminary on Dreamweaver, learning shortcuts and using various different tools to edit a website to make it appear more professional and appealing for the audience. I also learnt how to present images in different ways, for example with rollover images presented on my preliminary website. The preliminary task overall was useful as I got to terms with developing my Dreamweaver skills and become more confident once I had experimented a bit and was trying out new things. I learned that the software of Dreamweaver is not as complicated as it first appears, and it just takes time and practice to become more confident with the software. The possibilities are endless on what you can create on Dreamweaver, and I would now feel comfortable to create web pages of my own easily. Word and PowerPoint were useful in my planning process as I could easily transfer them onto a blog or develop my ideas further to put them into a video. Although I was really confident with my ability on both of these softwares, I did learn and develop new skills that on PowerPoint. I learnt how to convert the PowerPoint into a JPEG image slides so that they could easily be uploaded onto Tumblr. Although I have been using PowerPoint for years, I did not know how you could do this. I had never used Tumblr before, or in fact any blogging website, so I was extremely nervous about submitting my coursework via Tumblr. I found it difficult to come to terms with at first, but once I got used to it, I found that blogging was extremely simple. I also downloaded the Tumblr app for my iPhone, where I could easily blog on the go for any instant photographs or videos I wanted to upload. I did enjoy being able to work on the go, and blogging in general was something I would consider in the future doing in my spare time, as I thought it was interesting that you could use pictures and videos to support text. I also created a YouTube account as it was useful in uploading videos as blogs which are more engaging and interesting than written responses, which is something that I had never done before. It gave me a new use of YouTube. I also use YouTube to embed various videos into my Prezi presentations. Although I had used Windows Movie Maker a handful of times before, I was not confident with it. I used it to edit and make my charity video and also blogs. I uploaded them onto Tumblr. I found it very difficult to use, but I have now developed the skills that I had and further, and have been able to create my charity video successfully. I used Movie Maker to create my charity video as I felt after a while and I was more comfortable with it, it became clear and was engaging and was not too overcomplicated once I was comfortable with the software. Splice was an app that I discovered on my iPhone, which is essentially a movie maker on the go. It was extremely convenient as it is very simple to use and was effective in allowing me to produce videos with voiceovers and transferring images and video footage together. I found it extremely useful as I found myself editing videos on the bus and the tube and in general on the go. Prezi is a presentation software I had never used before, whereby you can embed pictures, text and various different graphics to make the presentation of information more fun. I use Prezi quite often in order to present all different types of information about my charity and my issue and research between my preliminary and my main task. I found Prezi very useful because visually it was more attractive to look at and it was more intriguing to actually read the information and be presented with it rather than just reading it off of a PowerPoint or a text document. I also use the internet for secondary research of facts and statistics throughout my preliminary task and my main. This is mainly because with my issue of child witnesses of domestic violence, there isn't many charities in the UK that support this same issue, so I found it difficult to get close statistics on the issue, and therefore had to result in researching off of Google for various different statistics. Throughout my coursework, I filmed most of my videos and took most of my photographs on my iPhone. My iPhone is an iPhone 4S, so the camera quality is good. In terms of learning about new technologies, I did not learn much from about using my iPhone camera to film. However, I found that filming on my iPhone was extremely useful and convenient, as I always have my iPhone with me. Overall, the technologies used in both tasks have allowed me to develop new skills and also develop the ones I already had to a higher standard in order to create 2 successful websites.